Hello and welcome to the season review. It's episode 9 of Relegation, Regen, Rebuild 2. But wait, it's already July the 1st. Well, there is a reason for that. In the first recording with the new TV that I've got, some of you might know this because you follow me on the Discord server or on Twitter. Some of you that only know me through YouTube are going to know now. I did get a new TV and went from not even able to record in 1080p itself to be recording on 4K. I can now record on 60 frames per second. My laptop can barely run it. I'm going to try my best to put as many videos out with that quality, but it's going to be difficult. If you guys want to follow me behind the scenes, the link to the invite to the Discord server is in the description. Same with my Twitter. So, first recording with the new TV, what goes wrong? It's not the video, it's the audio. I had some intervals in the audio where 10 seconds of corrupted audio within 1 to 2 minutes of footage. First thing is to look at the table. I'm going to put a picture up right now. Benevento won it with 5 points difference from the Spezia and Foggia. Just a 1 goal difference, 54 to 53. Same points, same goals conceded. At least Foggia went up in the playoffs, which was great. Felt fair, you know. It's always nice to see that. Right, on to the players themselves. I don't have the appearances or the growth, so I'm just going to tell my personal opinion on them. First, Lucas Gruber has potential to be special. Fantastic keeper, if you ask me. 6'4". Just that con with the positioning, but the rest has been a solid keeper. And I didn't really feel he was bad positioning wise in game. Might just be the stat. Anyways, regardless of all that, great keeper. Can even distribute, which is nice. And next up we've got Francesco Esposito, backup keeper now that Gruber took his place. Just the one thing separating them. Esposito is a bit more flashy. He likes to do them good saves. He likes to look flashy, but he is inconsistent. He still has potential to be special. 6'2", there's so much hope for him. 62 handling, that's probably why he concedes some stupid goals sometimes. Might be a bit too harsh on him, who knows. But it says there, he's in bad form. There you go, that just says everything about him. And next up, got Andre Maric, 55 overall. Gone up by a lot this season. I remember he was like below 50. He must be around 50 overall when we started. Good growth on the lad. Not sure what his potential is, but anyways, he's really good physically wise. Got the aggression up there as well. And needs to work on the defending stats. Heading accuracy is fantastic. Shot power somehow up to 61. Dribbling's alright, short pass is really good, but defending wise, marking especially, 39, that is poor. Next up we've got Rui Faria, 54 overall, didn't really got to see much of him, 6'1". Technicals absolutely abysmal and the physicals are alright. He didn't feel bad, but he didn't really got to express himself. He's going to have that chance in the pre-season. We'll all look forward to that. And, already transfer listed every single real player, as you probably noticed. Radoslav Ivanov, 62 overall. I mean, he's a good player, but for 62 overall within this side, I expected a bit more from him. You know, 6 foot, right-footed, alright physical-wise. Stamina and the strength and the acceleration are the worst. They are really poor compared to the other guys. Heading accuracy is good. Been training him on the defensive stats. That's why his interceptions are up to 61. And yeah, alright looking player, but for a 62 overall player in this side, don't think so. Maybe because he's played right back. Maybe that's why. Lucas Drexler, 59 overall. didn't really convince me, if you know what I mean. Just didn't feel as good as it overall is, and especially as them physical stats are. He felt really weak. Gotta be honest, he felt weak. He's alright defending wise, heading accuracy, scored a goal, I remember that, from a corner. I think it was Marino with the delivery as well, if I'm not mistaken. Very good stats, but he doesn't feel like that in game. He's the exact opposite of Gabric. Speaking of the devil, Gabric has turned it on, especially for the last end of the season, for the second part of the season. He was fantastic. They should really switch overalls, man. It's alright stats wise, but ever since he pulled that bicycle kick off, he feels like 10 overalls better than he actually is, which is ridiculous. Great season for Uros Gabric. He's definitely one of the best defenders of the season, if not the best. So, good on him. Tommy Marinovic, overall of 63. And can play CDM as well. Did that role for the start of the season, then he dropped back to centre-back. And that partnership between them two is just filth. It's actual filth. 6'2". Physical and mental stats are alright. And I trained him in the defensive stats. Now I stopped training him at the end of the season. He's really good now. Turned out to be a decent player at the end of the season. Next up we've got Anton Kovac. He is the captain. 5'11". I mean, he just can do it all, can he? Acceleration and sprint speed are not the best, especially the acceleration. But he really doesn't feel slow. Maybe it's the game that makes him look slow, but I don't think he is that slow. Not the tallest, just the one thing with him, just not the tallest. But he can run with the ball himself, he can cross, he can defend, he can pass, he can shoot, he can head the ball, and that's what we want for a left back. You want your left backs to be able to do everything. Kovac fits that bill. And that's why he is the captain. Probably the best player of the series so far, that guy right there. Next up, Milan Kruzanic did an alright job replacing Kovac. He had to play centre-back some of the time. And he's turning out to be a decent defender now that I've trained his defensive stats. 6'1", just the wrong work rate, but not bad for a left-back. If you want him to overlap, that's just about fine. And doesn't feel that bad on the ball. And it's turned out to be a decent rotation player. There you go. Valerio Mariani, overall of 60. 4-star, 2-star, he's small. It's just the thing with him. He's just small for a CDM. Really good physical stats. He's got good defending stats as well. If you're small, doesn't matter how good them physicals are, you're going to lose aerial battles. And CDM, it's all about that. And chasing the ball. Chasing the ball is actually not too bad at that. That's why he's played right back for us. So he felt really good in right back as well, which is a positive. Might be off right back. As the plane is going over. Low high work rates, that is good as well. So we'll have to wait and see what the future holds for that guy. Next up, Bernard Deisenberger. This is the guy that Mariani really should have been, to be honest. 6'4", low medium, and even though he's only got what's his long shots? 40 long shots. He's got some absolute crackers. Curve is only at 39. Finishing's at 24. Feels really good defensively. He feels like a beef of a player. And he's quick. He is quick for his size. And agile as well. So big plus on Deisenberger. Can do right back. He kind of did that position for a few games. And he turned out to be a decent guy there. So there's another position for him. He can do right back if we need him to. Next up, Antonio Ricci, 5'10", just didn't live up to the weak point, the skill moves and his height. A shame, but yeah, he's still got time to redeem himself. So that's good. Good technicals, had some hopes for him. And I don't think he can fill that role anymore. He's got to grow. That's one thing with him, he just doesn't grow. Might be a glitch. I don't know what's going on with Antonio Ricci. Very odd one for me because he just simply did not grow at all. Next up, Bernard Jungbauer, overall of 57. Not the best, but then again, he did his job. And he already got a kit upgrade. Which shows that he's actually one of the fan favourites. But he has no potential. Trained him up a little bit to fill a role for us at the start of the season. And he turned out to be a decent prospect. That's about it. Good technicals, good physicals. Really good technicals, especially the finishing and the short pass, which we trained a lot. Then acceleration was decent as well. And physical stats are decent, just need to work on the strength. That is one massive con for him. Sprint speed, trained it a little bit. Next up, Matthias Trevisan. He's got that bicycle kick trait. And I just think of all the goodness of bicycle kicks. Especially because they are overpowered in this FIFA. Acceleration not the best, physical stats are alright, especially the agility. I mean, that is just disgusting. For a 61 overall, yeah. Trained him a lot. I think it was around 51, 52 when we signed him, I can't remember properly. He was low on overall and we decided to train him a lot throughout the season, either on defending or finishing, or even the ball control and the agility. Train a bit of that sprint speed as well, and the strength as well. So he's turned out to be an alright player. Doesn't feel like a 61 overall though. That even though he doesn't feel like a 61 overall, he does feel good. He is 5'10". Maybe that is a good thing for him because he is taller than most of our midfielders. Andrea Marino, overall of 60. What a centre mid this guy is. I am going to potential boost him either next season or the season after that. Don't think we should rush it, but at the same time, Marino is just ridiculously good. 5'7" though, he is short. That's the one thing with him. He's got the leadership trait, which is perfect, and he's just our next Andrea Pirlo. He's quick. Got stamina needs to improve a little bit. Got no strength. Got no heading accuracy. No defending stats. But going forward, he is just phenomenal. He is really good. Even though he's got poor defensive stats, he feels good in CDM. I don't know why. Must be that leadership thing. Really good player here. Then next up we've got Daniel Jacobs. Has potential to be special. 61 overall at 16 years of age. 4-star, 3-star, 5'8", high-low work rates. It's Dan Hendricks 2.0. He was a scout feature star as well. Them technical stats are off the charts. And the physical stats are not too shabby. Just his strength, but what can you do? He's 5'8". He's really small as well, just like Marino. So then technicals more than make up for it though. It's just disgusting. Free kick accuracy, curve, dribbling, ball control, crossing, long shots at a 68. Short pass are only 64. That is odd. He does feel better than that. Volleys at 64. Finishing at 55. What a guy. 80 agility, that is amazing. Then next up, Nino Grabasic, doesn't have a potential status, 66 overall, 5'7". The one thing with him is that 1-star weak foot, but he's actually tends to be alright. I try not to use his left foot, and it's turning out to be some decent results. He can play at central attacking midfield as well as, and he can play as well as he can play out on the left hand side. Cutting inside is a bit too OP, so he's only going to play on the left side. If he plays on the right, then he'll get exposed. He'll just get exposed. Good physical stats, of course, the strength, that's the one thing as well in the stats. But technically he's off the charts as well. Probably why he felt so good. Finishing at only 57, even though he bagged some good and important goals for us. So good on Nino to get them goals for us. Simone Ricci, 57 overall. Doesn't feel that great. Same with Antonio Ricci. The Ricci brothers are just average. Both are 5'10", and is it? Is physical wise he's alright. Technically wise he's alright for this team. So there you go. Next up, Bernard Anzinger also doesn't show a potential status. A lot of players that came from the start of the series that didn't have any potential whatsoever. Didn't feel great at the start. It turned to something at the end of the season when I trained up his finishing, because it was a problem. You could just see it in the episodes. It was a big problem. 6 foot, he has the build, he has the physical stats. Even the strength is not too bad. And technically wise he's alright apart from the finishing. And that's something that really harmed this game. And now he has filled that hole. So at the end of the season he actually scored a goal or two, if I remember correctly. Assists wise he was always good. Always got involved in the game, in the link-up play. And yeah, good on Anzinger for putting a good performance, especially at the second part of the season. Next up, the top goal scorer, Davor Ujovic. He got 10 goals? Did he got 10 goals? Not so sure, but he did score a lot of goals for us. So Ujovic, I mean, he's just our #1 striker. And for good reason. 6'2", 3-star, 2-stars. Got the power free kick trait, which I haven't got around to explore. Didn't really got many free kicks, and most of them were really outside the box. So rather have Ujovic in the box to head the balls rather than taking the power free kick. Good physical stats. He's a lot stronger than 47 though, I'll tell you that. And technically wise, ball control, he's fantastic. And even though he's got 47 finishing, he's been scoring left, right and centre, which is a bit odd. Shot power isn't great either at 48. Long shots at 60, so kind of expect for that thunderbolt to go in. I remember one cracking goal from the kickoff that he had. Just had a random dig at the goal to test out the long shots, and he actually scored it. Yeah. Then the perfect partner for Ujovic is just the smaller, the playmaker type of striker, the false 9 that is Stefano Rizzo. 2-star, 4-star, 5'10", high medium work rates, just really good physically wise, and on the ball stats are just really good for a 56 overall striker. 59 finishing as well. He can bury the chances that he gets. So if either Ujovic or Rizzo are clean on goal, we know we can score. So that's really good to know. What a partnership these two have built up front. Then next up, Alessio Bruno, 60 overall, can play on either side of the wing. A really quick winger, 78 acceleration, 81 sprint speed. Needs to work a bit on the strength, but I'm not worried about that. Really good technical stats. He's one for the future. Not them one for the future ones that pop up in the news. 3-star, 3-star, right foot is just a diamond, and left foot is alright as well. So yeah, ball control isn't that great, surprisingly. Finishing up to 62. He felt really good throughout the season. It was an important part coming off the bench, giving us that pace and that energy that we need. That blitz. Then the only striker, the only marksman that we have, Rene Schmidt. Overall of 52, 4-star, 5-star, 5'11". Great player to play with. I mean, his agility, his balance, he's quick. Just the strength what bothers me a bit. Technical stats are ridiculous for a 52 overall striker. His finishing is only a 52, but honestly I don't have trouble with his finishing. And for a 4-star weak and 5-star skill moves, that is just amazing. Then Michel Gallo, 62 overall. He is showing great potential. This guy was amazing throughout the season. 5'8", can play on either side. 3-star, 3-star. That's why he was so good. Look at them physicals. 84 acceleration, 85 sprint speed. No training on this guy. 71 on balance and agility. Good stamina, which turned out to be helpful. And the finishing is alright as well, even for a winger. Crossing is amazing. And the curve, I mean, it's just... Gallo's got everything to be a great winger. And he showed promise in the first season. That's what you want. And that is it. I'm recording this season review on Friday. I was hoping to get a pre-season live stream by now, but unfortunately with the whole trouble with the new TV, now that I've fixed things, I'm gonna try and get the pre-season live stream out there as quickly as possible. I've already had the regens listed and everything's set. That is about it for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed the season review. Next up we've got the pre-season live stream in this series. I think the next upload will be Morecambe as usual. And yeah, I'm gonna see you all guys then. Until then, have a good one. Bye bye.